Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm working with Stephanie to bring you this quick introduction to essential oils. Please take down Stephanie's member number. It's 2419068. When you're ready to purchase from Young Living, they'll ask for the member number of the person who introduced you to the products, so keep that handy and be sure you're going to the official site for Young Living. I noticed there were a lot of websites out there and it can be misleading. To make it easy for you, we've supplied you with a link along with this video, and you can just follow that link to the registration page on the Young Living website, and that number will already be filled in for you under sponsor and enroller. I noticed online a lot of these everyday oils classes were an hour or more, so what I'm going to try to do is squeeze it into about 20 minutes. So it will be very fast-paced and to the point, but bear with me because it's going to have a lot of very interesting and important information. I do have an obligatory disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional, and nothing I say is with the intent to cure, treat, or diagnose any condition. My statements have not been approved by the FDA. Please don't take anything I say as a replacement for medical advice. First, I'll talk about what an essential oil is, and then I'll talk a little bit about who Young Living is, and then I'll start getting into these boxes and sharing these products with you. So many people are learning to know and love these products, and essential oil usage is spreading like wildfire, and for good reason too. So what is an essential oil? Well, it's common knowledge that a plant uses resources to make its own food. After it makes its own food, some go through a secondary metabolism and they make an essential oil. This oil acts much like our own immune systems. So imagine things like harsh conditions, drastic changes in weather, damage from predators, bacteria, fungus. The constituents in the oil are the plant's defense. Now, because we have a similar cellular structure and also because we're made of similar components, when we correctly extract this oil from the plant and place it on or in our bodies, it can have a similar effect. The tiny molecules in essential oils can penetrate the cell membrane and cross the blood-brain barrier. This is what connects our circulatory system to our nervous system. There are scientists in labs all over the world trying to implement these qualities into prescription drugs and over-the-counter medicines. So it's absolutely amazing that we've been supplied with this substance that has those very qualities naturally. What about Young Living? Why are they different? What makes them so special? Young Living is different than other essential oil companies, and they are very special. This company was founded over 20 years ago. 20 years. That's an established company. They've really created a reputation for themselves over the past 20 years. Everything they do today is based on 30 years of essential oil research and experience. The founder of Young Living traveled all over the world and studied many different cultures that have been using essential oils for their therapeutic value since ancient times, and then taken all this gathered knowledge and wisdom and combined it with modern technology and really just mastered the art and the science of essential oils. Young Living's the only major essential oil company who owns their own farms. For this reason, they can use their exclusive seed-to-seal process. This is the process Young Living uses to oversee every step in the production of the essential oil to make sure each step is meeting their quality standards. I wish I could go more into detail about this impressive seed-to-seal process, but I really am trying to save on time, so I'm just going to touch on a couple key factors that's going to help you give you the idea of what makes Young Living different and why they've developed a reputation for having the most pure and potent essential oils. So let's talk about how they're protecting the purity of this product. Young Living is using essential oils as pesticides on their crops, where other essential oil companies are using harmful chemicals on their plants. Other companies are putting a chemical in the water they use to steam distill the oils from the plant substance. They're doing this to avoid a mineral buildup in the pipes. Young Living is spending the thousands of dollars and the time it takes to disassemble these distillers and refresh those pipes after each distillation season. This is what they do to ensure that this natural product is not being corrupted by chemicals or synthetics. Let's talk a little bit about the potency of these products. Because Young Living owns their own farms, they're able to have on-site distilleries. The reason this is important is because the plants have to be steam distilled within a certain time frame after they're cultivated to ensure that the essential oils, the constituents, are the most active. In the same sense, each plant species has a particular time that it should be distilled to during the peak season for essential oil production for that particular plant. Another thing is using first distillation. Young Living is gathering that first oil that's distilled from the plant substance, and they're bottling this because it's the most potent oil. Other companies are redistilling the same plant substance and collecting more oil, and then redistilling it and collecting more oil, which is helping them to keep their oils in stock, but they don't have the quality that Young Living has using only that first distillation. Another thing is Young Living's using low pressure and low temperature to distill their essential oils. That's important in conserving the potency of the product. Other companies are pumping up the pressure and pumping up the temperature to produce more oil, but in actuality, what they're doing is they're killing those naturally occurring chemical constituents that give us the therapeutic value. Young Living's testing every batch before they bottle it to make sure it's meeting their quality standards. This reassures us that we're getting the most consistent results that we can possibly get from this natural product. And they're bottling their own oils. So as you can see, we're not getting oils from a company who is buying them from a distillery who has distilled the oil at their convenience after they've purchased it from a farm across the globe who has cultivated it at their convenience. It's a very delicate process, and Young Living really stands alone when it comes to the quality standards of their essential oil production. So moving right along, I'm going to open this box. This is the Young Living's Everyday Oils Collection, 10 most commonly used oils. Young Living has put this collection together to give one the idea of how essential oil usage can improve every aspect of their life, be it mental, emotional, or physical. And you get this box, it comes with 5 single oils and 5 oil blends, and it will have this very handy literature. This is going to go over just what I've gone over pretty much. What are essential oils, how to use essential oils. Keep in mind that when I'm talking about how we use these oils, I'm speaking strictly of Young Living oils. Don't go get an oil from another source and then bring it home and try to use it in the fashion that I've described. I'm speaking only of oils that meet Young Living quality standards. Because these oils are so pure, we can use them in 3 different ways. We use them aromatically, topically, and even internally. That's really something special about Young Living. I'm going to go more into detail about that and how to use the oils. This goes over the exclusive seed to seal process, and then it will tell you about each oil in the collection. Finally, here in the back, there's this chart that tells you how you can use each oil, whether or not it can be used in a dietary manner, aromatically, topically, whether or not it requires dilution, and whether or not it's photosensitive. This goes over not only the oils in the box, but some other Young Living oils as well. So that's very handy. And you will have directions on each bottle that tells you how to use the oils in a safe and effective manner. The first oil I'll go over is lavender. Before I talk about the many ways that we use this oil, I'll go over how to use an oil aromatically. The first way, you don't even have to use up any of your oil. You just take off the lid and inhale. Oh, this smells so good. I've encountered so many different lavender essential oils over the years, and this absolutely smells the best. I've never known a lavender like this before. It really blew me away the first time I smelled it. I did read a scientific breakdown of how the tiny molecules in the oil interact with the olfactory nerve, which stimulates the release of something or whatever. I don't know verbatim, but that's something interesting to look into, how an essential oil works aromatically. The next way is you just put a couple drops in the palm of your hand, rub them together, and inhale. And the third way is with an essential oil diffuser. You'll notice these are growing in popularity as essential oil usage grows in popularity. This is Young Living's home diffuser. It doubles as a humidifier. So this particular one does. So when you remove this lid, it has a compartment here for water. I can't really show you mine because it's already been filled, but there is a fill line, so you fill it with water. Distilled water is recommended. And then you just place the oil right there on top of your water. Read your directions when you get your diffuser, because I'm not sure my numbers are spot on, but I know they're pretty close. This is how I do it. I put 6 to 8 drops of oil in there and then replace the lid. And this will run for about 4 to 6 hours. So sometimes I just use half the amount of water and half the drops of oil. And then you press this button on the front. It will have a light that goes on. But if you hold the button down, then that light will turn off. You can see the cool mist vapor coming out of this diffuser. What this is doing is it's breaking up that essential oil and dispersing these tiny particles into the air, and then we're inhaling them and breathing them into our lungs. So this is a vital part if you're looking for the optimal health benefits of essential oils. This is an essential part of that. Even if you're not looking for the health benefits, this is a wonderful alternative to those toxic air fresheners they're selling in the store, or those sprays, or they're even finding that candles have carcinogens in them. So this is a great alternative to that. Our house always smells so good. We run this diffuser almost constantly. This is something else I've used many different diffusers over the years, and this is by far my favorite diffuser I've ever used. Lavender is referred to as the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. They call it this because it is so extremely versatile in so many ways. This oil is calming to the mind, body, and the spirit. We use this to soothe minor burns, bruises, or scrapes. The first time I used lavender oil topically was after I received my Young Living oils. I had burned myself pretty badly in the kitchen. It was a minor burn, but it was pretty painful. So I was running it under slightly cool water and getting a little relief from that. But then I remembered I had this Young Living lavender oil, and it was recommended for minor burns. So I put a couple drops on there, and it instantly relieved a lot of that discomfort. Not only that, but it promotes healing, and it has cleansing abilities. So this is a wonderful oil to have on hand. I'll diffuse this for myself or one of my family members to help us sleep at night. This oil is safest for even the smallest child. It says dilution not required except for the most sensitive skin. It's very handy. Sometimes I'll put that in my children's bath. The next oil I'm going to talk about is peppermint. Before I speak of the many uses of peppermint oil, I'm going to discuss the topical use of essential oils. This is when we apply the oil to our skin. When we do that, essential oil reaches every cell in our body within minutes. That's incredible. A lot of times I use an essential oil neat. That's the term we use for just using it straight without dilution, but I think I have a more tolerant skin than some or most people. So always read your label. Peppermint oil says on the label, topical, dilute 1 drop with 4 drops of V6 or olive oil. That's going to be your carrier oil, whichever oil you choose to use to dilute your oil. V6 is a vegetable complex blended by Young Living to be the ideal carrier oil. If I don't have the V6 vegetable complex, I'll just use the olive oil we have in our kitchen. We use an organic olive oil for cooking. So I'll put a few drops of that in the palm of my hand and then add the essential oil, mix it together, and then apply to the desired area. For example, if I have a headache, I'll apply peppermint oil right here along my hairline, and it helps to relieve some of that tension. Another great carrier oil that's very popular is coconut oil. I noticed a lot of essential oil users are using coconut oil as their preferred oil. A great place to apply essential oil topically is the bottom of our feet. We do that for a couple different reasons. First of all, the pores on the bottom of our feet are larger, so you get a greater absorbency right there. Also, that skin's a little tougher than other areas of your body, so if you're using an oil that has a strong sensation, like peppermint has a strong cooling sensation, and you apply it on the bottom of the feet, then that will be more tolerable. Avoid contacts with your eye, and you don't want to get essential oils in your ear. You don't want them to have contact with your eardrum. If you do get an oil in your eye, don't rinse it with water. Oil and water don't mix. Just apply that carrier oil to relieve that sensation. Peppermint oil is very handy for nausea or upset stomach. You can just apply it topically on the stomach, or just inhaling sometimes can help with that. I use peppermint oil with my children if they start to get a low-grade fever and it's not at the point where I feel like they need to go to the doctor. I'll try to bring that fever down in a natural way, like with a lukewarm bath, or I'll dilute the peppermint oil and apply that on the bottom of their feet, and I've found that to be helpful. I like to put peppermint oil in my brownies because we can use Young Living oils internally. They're great to use in the kitchen. I've been expanding my culinary collection of herbal oils from Young Living, and that's fun. There's a trick to it because they are stronger than dried herbs or other extracts you'll find in the grocery store. For example, I'll put 3 to 4 drops of peppermint oil in my brownies, and those are super yummy. So moving on to lemon oil. While we're still talking about the topical use, I would like to point out something about lemon oil. This is great to use if I have a blemish on my face. I'll apply lemon oil in the evening before I go to bed. Citrus oils are photosensitive, so you don't put them on your skin and then directly expose that skin to sunlight. You will get an adverse reaction. Lemon oil is recommended for corns or calluses. So although it's a great oil to use topically, you just don't want to put it on your skin and then go to the beach. Lemon oil can be diffused for an uplifting aroma. Let's see, it's a wonderful antioxidant. I put this in my water. A lot of people use this as a flavoring agent in their water. It's a wonderful alternative to the artificial flavoring or artificial coloring that's in the store-bought flavor enhancers for water. And check this out, a supplement fact label. That's something rare for essential oils. That's just one sign of the purity of these oils. Our edible oils are on the FDA GRAS list. That's generally regarded as safe. If you have an essential oil that's been extracted from an edible plant, that essential oil should be edible. I noticed a lot of them, if you buy, for example, peppermint oil or rosemary or even lemon, you'll get it and you'll bring it home and it says for external use only. That's a big red flag that their oil is probably not pure and that it has something in there that's going to pose a health hazard. I'm not sure exactly how you would use those oils, because keep in mind, anything that you put on your skin or breathe into your lungs is being absorbed into your body. So for external use only is, it's always really kind of perplexed me. Another red flag is an expiration date. These 100% therapeutic grade essential oils don't expire. You won't find an expiration date on these oils. If your oil has an expiration date on it, that's a pretty good hint that there's probably something in that bottle they're not telling you. Even though it says 100%, it likely is not if it has an expiration date or saying for external use. Some of our products will have an expiration date if it has a carrier oil in there or if it's been blended with some other ingredients, but those ingredients are going to be clearly stated on the label. Like I said, putting lemon in your water is great, but you want to use only glass, never plastic or styrofoam when you're putting an essential oil in your beverage. Another thing you'll notice is growing in popularity is those glass water bottles. That's because essential oils are getting popular. So I have one of those and it has a lid. And I put my water in there and add my lemon and give it a good shake before I take a drink. And that way I know the oil is mixed in with the water really well before I drink it. Another way we use these oils internally is to put them in a capsule. It's really easy. You can get the capsules at Young Living or maybe a health food store. You just take off the lid, add your oil, read the directions. It'll tell you whether or not it needs to be diluted, and then replace the lid to the capsule and just take it with some water or something. I take lemon oil with frankincense every day in a capsule just for overall well-being. So the next oil I'm going to discuss is frankincense. Everybody knows frankincense, right? The gift given the Christ child. This is a very valuable and highly regarded oil. Many of us have encountered frankincense incense over the years. This was probably a synthetic fragrance. What we have here is 100% pure frankincense oil, extracted from the resin of the frankincense tree. This oil is used for mental clarity. It's used during meditation for heightened spirituality and also to help alleviate negative emotions. This is good for skincare. A lot of women using this to help reduce the appearance of scars, or of that too, but a lot of women are using this to help reduce the appearance of wrinkles, and it may also reduce the appearance of scars. I followed up with this when I burned my finger, and it didn't even leave a mark. I was very impressed about that with frankincense oil, and like I said, it can be used for just an overall well-being internally. The last single oil I'm going to discuss is tea tree oil. This is another very well-known oil, popular for its cleansing abilities. This is good to add to your household cleaner to give you a little boost there, and it can also be used to cleanse minor boo-boos. So I use this a lot with my children because it is one of the more gentle oils. If they get a scrape or something, I'll use this to help cleanse that boo-boo. The first time I used this Young Living tea tree oil, I had a wound right inside my lip. So I put a little tea tree oil on my finger and then just applied it directly on that wound and did a little swish and spit action in the sink. And by the time I left the restroom where I was spitting in the sink, I noticed a lot of that swelling had already gone down. The discomfort had been relieved quite a bit. And also my teeth had never felt cleaner. So this is a good oil to use for oral care. Sometimes we diffuse this. This is really wonderful for respiratory support. So you can see the versatility of these oils and the many ways they can be used. Maybe you're thinking of some household items that you could replace with this natural product. those are the 5 single oils in this collection. And as I move along to the blends, I am going to start moving even more quickly because I would like to start wrapping this up. You're going to be able to tell by the name of these blends what we might use them for. The first one is Stress Away. I absolutely love this oil. I use this oil all day, every day. I put it in my water. I apply it to my wrists. It is my favorite smelling oil. It has lime, copaiba, and vanilla. So that's the general fragrance you're getting there. It's a very popular perfume oil, and it helps to alleviate some anxiety or stress. It can be diffused. It's a wonderful smelling oil there. I wish they sold it by the gallon. This one's called Purification. It has a citronella and lemongrass. So that's the fragrance you're getting with that. It does have a couple other things in there. I wasn't 100% sure how to use this oil when I first got my kit, so it sat in the box till all my other bottles were running pretty low, and then one day we were feeling kind of down and out, so I pulled this out and popped it in the diffuser, and it really gave us a boost mentally and physically. When I finally read the label, I realized this has a powerhouse blend in here. It's got lavender, tea tree, and rosemary, so that's a very effective blend of oils. This can be diffused to help dispel odors. It's a good odor remover. We don't smoke, but if you smoke cigarettes or have pets, this is a great one to help cleanse the air. It can be used as a bug repellent, of course, because of those ingredients. A lot of people are putting this in a spray bottle of water and using it as a bug repellent. It can also be used to soothe minor skin irritations. So that's the Purification blend. I quickly learned to love that one. This is Joy. This is a great oil to diffuse if you're having company over to help ensure everybody stays in good spirits. The fragrance with this one is rose and ylang ylang. I learned something about these oils with this one. I pulled it out and smelled it, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it. It's got a little kick. I think it's from the ylang ylang, but I realized when the oil leaves the bottle and it has the opportunity to breathe, it will change a little bit when you apply it to your skin or put it in the diffuser. So never judge an oil by the initial reaction when you smell it from the bottle. I use this one if I start to feel a little agitated. I'll put a little Joy right here over my heart, and it helps me to release those negative emotions. Another very popular perfume oil. Thieves. This one's really fun to talk about. If you haven't heard of Young Living, you may have heard of the Thieves blend. A lot of companies trying to mimic what Young Living's done here with the Thieves blend, but nobody can offer what Young Living has to offer. This oil is so popular because so many people are using this to maintain wellness. This is phenomenal support for the immune system. I'll put this on my children's feet before they go to school or diffuse it when they're coming home from school. If we feel like we're getting a case of the ickies or we're not feeling quite ourselves, we'll use this Thieves oil topically or in the diffuser. Sometimes I take it in a capsule, and we're usually feeling better in no time. I'm just going to tell you the story of the story behind why this oil was named Thieves. It dates back to the 17th century in France during the Black Plague, where there were 4 thieves that from the spice trade that covered themselves with herbs and other aromatics, and then they would go into the homes of the people dying of the plague, and they would rob them, and they did never get sick. So when they finally got captured, the king offered them leniency in exchange for their secret, and that's the story behind why this oil was named Thieves. Let me just tell you the ingredients in this oil are cinnamon, clove, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So talk about a powerhouse blend. This is a great oil. You can imagine with those ingredients, cinnamon and clove, that this is great for oral care. One of the first ways I used this was putting a drop on my toothpaste on my toothbrush when I brushed my teeth, and this really helped me with some dental sensitivity I was trying to deal with. Young Living has a whole line of household products, especially formulated with the Thieves blend in it, a couple of different toothpastes, some floss, some mouthwash, and also one of my favorite products is the Thieves Household Cleaner, university tested for its cleansing abilities. I love that cleaner. It's an extremely versatile cleaner. I've never felt better about cleaning my house. I don't have to worry about that chemical stench or spreading chemicals through my house or having those chemicals absorbed into my skin. It works really well. I was very impressed with that cleaner. And I think that you'll like it if you get the opportunity to try it. Last but not least, we have Pan Away. This oil was originally called Pain Away, but then Young Living got a letter from a certain unnamed government agency that said that we can't infer that Young Living can't infer that a natural product can relieve pain. So they dropped the I, and now it's called Pan Away. This oil has wintergreen, helichrysum, and peppermint, just to name a couple of the ingredients here, you guys. Wintergreen's been used for many years to alleviate overworked or tired muscles, so you can apply this to your neck, arms, back, or any other non-sensitive area to help relieve the soreness or tired or overworked muscles. This is also a great one to diffuse for a soothing effect. It's good to diffuse while you're working out. Very invigorating fragrance there. So another great oil. You can see the versatility in this collection. It's very handy. Now I'm going to go over some purchasing options. Young Living offers many purchasing options, and there's something for everyone. For example, if you want to become a retail customer, you can do that. That's just paying full price for Young Living products. There's no obligation to buy or sell. If you want to become a retail customer, you still want to keep that member number handy. You'll still be asked for that. This oil collection of these 10 oils retails at $163. That's a great deal for 10 such versatile oils. If you want to take your essential oil experience a step further, you can get this home diffuser. It retails for $98. So you can definitely go that route. But if you want to become a wholesale member, there's still no obligation to buy or sell. There's no monthly minimum. There's no annual renewal fee. As long as you're placing an order with a product value of $50 or more, then your wholesale within the span of a year, then your wholesale account is staying active. When I purchased this box of oils with my wholesale account, which I have done this more than once or twice because I like to keep all of these on hand, it helps assure me that I have something to help me with any minor interruption of my day. I feel like I'm prepared with this collection of oils. This cost me $124 for 10 oils. That's a really good deal, so I'm happy to do that. Let me just tell you how you can get a wholesale account with Young Living. There are different ways that you can go. The first option is to get this basic kit. When you get this box, it's going to come with a few sample sachets of essential oils. I think these have a few drops each in them. And then it comes with these cards to share your sample sachets in. It comes with a roller fitment. This is a roller ball that fits on any of Young Living's 5 milliliter or 15 milliliter bottles. Look at this. It comes with a bottle of Citrus Fresh. I love this oil. I'm sure at this point in the video you guys can imagine what that is. And it'll come with two 2-ounce packages of this amazing product. This is Ningxia Red. Young Living's super antioxidant fruit drink. Very yummy, so you'll have the opportunity to try that or share that with a friend. And of course, this comes with your lifetime wholesale account for $40. If you want to take it a step further and add this diffuser to diffuse these sample sachets or your bottle of Citrus Fresh, you're going to go ahead and get the wholesale account on this diffuser upon enrollment, which would be $75 for the diffuser, this box of goodies, and your wholesale account. But if you want to do what most people do, then you'll get the premium starter kit. A lot of people do this because it's such a phenomenal deal. I think the statistic is 9 out of 10 people do this. It's been my experience that 10 out of 10 people do this because it is such a good deal and you will get the overall experience. It comes with this box of 10 oils, the home diffuser, whichever diffuser Young Living is featuring at the time right now that I'm making this video is the home diffuser, and this box of goodies and your wholesale account for $150. That is really great. That's around about 50% off of the retail price. So people love to do that. Also, when you get a wholesale account with Young Living, you get access to their other programs. If you're looking for the absolute best bang for your buck, then look into the Essential Rewards program. That's the loyalty program with Young Living. You don't have to be pursuing the business aspect of Young Living to have access to this rewards program. You're going to get reduced shipping, promotional items, monthly promotional items, you get points back for free product. I've gotten so much free stuff on the Essential Rewards program. And with a wholesale account, you have this opportunity, which of course it's an optional opportunity to pursue a home business. Maybe you want to try to get your oils paid for, or maybe you want to have a greater income, maybe even replace your current income. You have that opportunity with the Young Living wholesale account. So I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. I think I've covered everything that I want to cover. Be sure you're staying connected upon purchasing the items with myself or one of my team members, be sure you're using that member number. You can find me on Facebook at Easy Breezy Essentials. Easy Breezy Essentials on Facebook. Feel free to send me a Facebook message. Definitely like my page. If you're not on Facebook, you can contact me at easybreezyeos@gmail.com. That's easybreezyeos@gmail. Thanks again for watching, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy.